What's up, guys? TE family, how you guys doing today? I have the lovely Miss Britt back today, guys, to give you guys some really good strategies on a very important list that I believe is going to be next to the pre-foreclosure list. Is going to be a big list. Like what I just heard today is like mind-boggling, guys. For those of you tuning in, I'm Mr. Transaction Engineer. My mission statement is to help you guys to become financially free through creative real estate strategies. And I have the lovely Miss Britt. Miss Britt, how you doing today?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. So this morning, right? I have a tenant. Haven't paid last month. And so this is a new month. It's the second. He don't have the money this month. I don't know if he playing with me or not. It's 5 or 6 of them stay in the house. Somebody got the money. Golly, at least everybody can put together a couple $100 to pay something. But, you know, we got some of these people that taking advantage of the situation now. But little do they know. Yeah, the government said you don't have to pay right now, but that clock is ticking.
Right.
There's gonna be a lot of back pay owed.
Right.
So, guys, I got a property right in Fulton County. I went online to check out what's going on when I'll be able to evict the, you know, when we'll be able to evict the people. Fulton County, I think the biggest county. Is it the biggest county in Georgia, Miss Britt?
I would say so, but I'm not exactly sure, but it's pretty large.
Guys, they have 2,000 people scheduled for evictions right now. 2,000. And most people, you know, they don't even know the courts are back open. So you probably can add another 1,000 to that.
Right.
Another 1,001, because I got to take some people down there too. So
you gonna make it 1,001?
1,001.
I know that's right. You got to get your money, but yeah, like, you know, evictions are already that particular proceedings. That day in court has always been crowded, right? You have apartment complexes, you have traditional landlords, people, you have everybody in there. And so everyone knows that that day in court is already a headache. And, you know, I definitely can assure you it's going to be even worse as courthouses move up to 100% capacity again and revisiting those proceedings and stuff. It's going to be crazy, you know? So I think everyone, the same anxiousness that you feel, Mr. Transaction Engineer, will be the same anxiousness that other landlords are thinking about and are frustrated and are not excited about dealing with in a few weeks, for sure.
Oh my God. That court is it always is really packed. So
yeah.
I don't even, how in the world are they gonna get through 2,000?
It's gonna be crazy. Yeah. So I mean, they're probably encouraging people to handle things before they even get there. You know, most landlords are gonna want to, they filed, but they're gonna want to deal with this situation before that day in court. Like anything I can do to avoid that day in court would be a relief, right? If you could get your money before that court date, then that would be a good thing. So you don't have to spend a whole day, because that's a whole day out of your business, right? And don't let the judge decide they want to take any type of break, you know, or there be any type of delays if you arrive late. There's just all kinds of things that can have you there literally all day. You're paying for parking. It's just not a good situation.
The whole day, man. I'm talking about serious business. You're gonna be down there all day.
Yep.
God. And so, man, I'm definitely won't. Yeah, listen. As soon as it hit D, I'm gonna be calling you up. If 2,000 people are scheduled, now you know it's a numbers game, so everybody's not gonna be evicted, but it's gonna be a lot of them.
Right.
People getting that little tax money, they weren't paying them bills, they were balling.
Paid everything but their rent. Right.
Wearing Amazon out.
How you got packages and the rent ain't paid? I know that's right. Yeah, so then the question just becomes, okay, how do we get to those people? Because really, those investors, because there were evictions filing, even in the height of everything that was going on with COVID, there were still landlords that were filing, right? They just weren't getting their day in court because that was being delayed due to judicial decisions, right? So we have all those people, and then we have the people, like you said, who are going to just decide now, similar to yourself, like, okay, I gave them chances and now I'm going to do something about it. And so those people are going to the courthouse. But if we can talk to every single person, or as many people as we can, that did not receive their money, that were not paid, that have tenants that are in default, then, we want to talk to as many of those people as possible, whether they're going to have their day in court or not. Okay. So evictions is a way to find those individuals, the folks that have filed. We want to have those conversations with them as soon as possible.
Now, normally when eviction time, Miss D, how long do you see before they put a person out? I know I'm saying about 30 to 45 days.
Yeah,
before,
for sure.
You out of there. That's if you file at the beginning of the week.
Right. 30 to 45 days, I think, is great. I know there's some counties out there where things may take longer. I know we have folks that are in other states, but typically I would say that 30 to 45 day window. So you basically want to get in touch with this individual as soon as they file, like super fresh information. So, if you're getting an eviction list, if you can get it on the first of the month, get those recent filings and then start marketing to people.
Now, I know you provide that list.
Yes.
For are you seeing any evictions so far that's been filed?
Yeah, we certainly see them. We saw like a tiny dip in the last month or two, but we just pulled all of our fresh lists as of the last week or so, and we're seeing the numbers rising back up. So we're back to our typical average list of because not only do we pull the evictions, but we also look for the houses. So so once we pulled all the evictions, we go through and we look for the residential properties. And so once we locate those, we're seeing those numbers rising right back up. I was actually just talking to one of our clerks about that because we've been watching the numbers because we have a minimum before we sell a list. So we've been doing okay. But yeah, we're pretty much back to normal. Everybody's going right to the courthouse right now and filing so they can try to get these tenants out of their properties.
So during this COVID, how many have any evictions been going on or they've been put off?
So the filing, the dropping off of the paperwork, right, has been taking place for some counties, right? There are some counties that are saying they don't want any paperwork at all. And then there are some that are still accepting the paperwork, but they're not giving people the day in court, where they say, okay, hey, I need you to appear on this date during the month. That has not been happening for any county right now. Right. But there are some that will at least take the paperwork so that it's documented. And then they're just waiting on the court to tell them what the next step will be.
Dang. Yeah. So that's going to be crazy. What would you say on Fulton County? How many would you say you saw this month for Fulton? So
our average is about 50 residential houses per month, right? That number goes up and down. It could drop to 40, it could go up to 60. And that's because there are thousands of evictions, right? You just threw out 2,000 evictions, et cetera. But a lot of those people are commercial properties and stuff like that, or they are apartment complexes and they're putting out hundreds of people. So that's where so that eviction number is more so the number of people, but it could be one person, one company that's putting out hundreds of people, right? Or filing on 100 of people. But on our side, we're thinking, where are the investment opportunities? Where are the real estate opportunities? So we will go through those hundreds of cases and locate the houses. And so on average, the number of houses may be like 50, 60, and that depends on the county. There are some counties where that number could drop as low as like 30. There's some smaller counties in Georgia where we see the numbers go down, right? So it just depends on the county, how many cases they're processing, and then that filtering process that I'm explaining to you, where we're looking through the cases they're processing and then finding the houses.
Wow. So yeah, I can imagine it's gonna be a lot of apartment evictions, boy.
Yeah. Because
Because
that's really going to fill up the docket. That's what's really going to have people sitting there, because you'll have ABC apartment complex that's putting out all these people and these persons' names being called, so that's what's really going to have y'all in there all day, right? For your 1 or 2 properties, right? So
that's gonna be crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So they said 50 this for, so probably next July. In July, you probably gonna see at least 100 or better. What you think?
It may go up. I don't want to put false hope up there. It may go up. I'm sure it will. I feel the list that just came in, I haven't seen the list for this month, but typically, I think it's my understanding we're at 50, right? So we're hoping, because we fight to get as many cases as we can, because this is on a 30-day window. So I tell my clerks, get every single case, make sure, right? So hoping that number bubbles up a little bit more, because if we go over 50, that would be abnormal for us, right? So if we go more than 50, then that just shows the agitations and headaches have truly grown during this COVID time period.
Yeah, guys, keep in mind with these evictions, it's a lot of opportunities. Some may be free and clear where you can wholesale them. Some investors may just want you to bring them a tenant buyer so you can do a wholesale lease option. They may be able to stay in and do a sandwich lease option to get some of that cash flow. Or you can turn around to a subject to. They may, if their tenant not paying, then of course, some people, everybody don't have the money to make those extra payments. So now they may be behind on their mortgage. So that may be a subject to deal. So it's a lot of opportunity, guys. It's looked like I don't know what to say. There's so much going on now.
Seriously. Yeah.
But I don't know what happened. I showed them, hey, plan on 2020 going this way.
2020 has been off the chain. Off the chain. Yeah, for sure.
Wow.
Yeah.
They still setting it off.
Yep.
We got a lot of work, guys.
We do. Yeah.
So do you also show people how to do the eviction on that course you have, or you just teach them, or you teach probate?
So just teaching people. So yes, I'm sorry, I misunderstood your question. So yes, we show how to pull the probates, and yes, we show how to pull the evictions as well. Yes.
Guys, so now you just covered Georgia.
Yes. So the lists are available just for the state of Georgia. But if you're outside of the state of Georgia and you want to get into pulling your own list or training someone to pull their own list, you can purchase the course and learn the process. And not only do we talk about how to pull the list, we talk about dealing with the sellers, their mindset, all the things that you can expect because of what they're going through legally. So that's all included.
Right. Yeah, so hey, you definitely want to get a hold of this dog. Probate, and you got the best list. Probate and evictions. I know probate's always been our biggest winners, like the biggest hit, because most people, they really don't know what the property worth or don't even care. So I love probate and these evictions.
Yeah, they're both going through a legal proceeding. The their time frames are a little bit different. Probate is a longer process. Evictions are shorter, as we went over, that 30 to 45 day window. During that 30 to 45 days, you want to be marketing and reaching out to them. Remember, evictions come with a phone number, right? So for most counties, you will get a phone number. There are some counties where it's just addresses and you'll have to skip trace, or you'll have to, do some mail pieces, maybe some quick postcards. But a lot of times you can get a ton of phone numbers by going through the evictions. You're going to get an accurate address. So in that 30 days, you just get real aggressive, reaching out to them, cold calling, text messaging, and letting them know what your services are. So it's an excellent lead source in any state.
Yeah, definitely, guys. I always kept talking about this list, right? And then you came along with it. One of my students I was talking to, I was like, this is like way before I met you, I was like, man, if we could just get our hand on the eviction list.
Right. I remember when I met you. You were like, you're doing the eviction list.
Yeah. Because you got to think about it, guys. They're putting somebody out, which means their house is empty, is not cash flowing, is not performing. So even you can't even find a tenant for them. Like it's so many avenues with landlords. Like when the market crashed, that's one thing I switched over to back in 2008. I was finding landlords. I started doing property management and finding landlord for tenant, but boy, I got out of that property management so fast. Lord, I don't like dealing with them type of tenants.
Right.
I like lease purchase tenants. They don't call you. They don't do. Hey, after 30 days, we don't have nothing to talk about except if you don't have any rent money.
Right.
Other than that, the house is your responsibility. All that stuff.
Right.
So man, it's a great list. The landlord list.
Absolutely.
And y'all put them together every month, D?
Yes. So basically our process is on the first of every month, we have brand new lists available. So like this month, we just pulled fresh list, and then you can come back to us next month and we'll have a brand new group of people for you to market to. So there's no reason to keep reaching out to the same old leads. The courthouse is going to give you new people to talk to every single month, new phone numbers, new addresses, new people.
And it comes with the numbers, guys. Most of the list, though. I mean, you direct because when they go down there and file, don't they have to write their number down or something like that?
Yep. So this is their phone number that they've indicated from the last 30 days. So you don't have to worry about, is this a bad number? Now, of course, you have to keep in mind there is, of course, an opportunity for an error rate. Maybe they misrecorded or the clerk. But for the most part, you're going to get your percentage of accuracy is like 90% when you're using court record, unless they misrecorded a digit or they just leave it blank and they don't indicate what it is, you should be able to get in touch with them. Okay. And then, sometimes attorneys are doing the filing. So, there is the possibility that you get an attorney phone number. But for the most part, you'll get right to the person that filed, which is great. Yeah.
Direct to the courts, guys.
So do your headaches go down a little bit when you're working court list and you're using probates, evictions, because you don't have to do the skip tracing process? What's your experience been like?
Yeah, it makes it a lot easier. We can call them. They save us money and time.
Right.
We got the numbers, so we don't have to skip trace, none of that stuff. We just pick up the phone and go to call them. So that takes a lot of work out because a lot of time is, in this business, caught up with the admin work. So if you guys, you can be at a cap rate. It's only so many properties you yourself can close. Ask me how I know. That's I was a one-man show for a couple of years. I got stuck. I was hitting 6 figures, but I kept getting stuck. I wasn't going any further until I started building my team up and delegating to get more people to help me out.
Right.
So you guys want to definitely implement. And if you're in another state, you want to know how to pull these lists, guys, because these are some great lists. I promise you. These are great lists. As you know, you make more money when you're solving problems. Now, these people are evicting someone. That's another problem that you have to solve.
Yep.
They're losing the tenant. So either you can buy the property or you can bring them a tenant. There's so many creative ways you can work this deal.
Yeah.
Like I said, when the market crashed in 2008, I was bringing, I was marketing the landlords, and I would keep the deposit and they would get the first month rent. So I was doing that before the market came back around. So guys, that's another strategy right there.
Yeah.
They don't want to do anything. They don't want to sell. They don't want to do a subject to none of that stuff. They say, okay, well, look, I'll find you a tenant. We keep the deposit, give you the first month rent. It costs you nothing. We run everything, do all the background searches and everything. And you got anybody out there need to do the background checks and all that stuff, we use tenant background check, tenantbackgroundcheck.com, and it does like 4 different searches. It does your job verification, rental verification, employment history, and credit check.
That's good.
Pretty good service. I think it's like $29. Tenant back. So any of you guys out there, working, putting in some work, that's going to be a good source. And then that would be the information that you will provide to the seller. Once you locate somebody for them, we usually give them like 2 or 3 and let them pick from the top. The top one they want out of the top 2 or 3 that we pick for them. So
that's good. That's good.
Guys, you got any questions for Miss Britt? Please put it in the comments. And like I said, guys, if she only does Georgia, but she has the system which would allow you to do your own state.
Yes. Yes, you can literally go through our course. And then we actually, I'm doing a little bit of, you get 6 weeks of support coaching with us. You get a marketing binder, you get the legal dictionary, you get all of these things when you sign up for the course. So you will learn everything that you need. And then you'll still have access to me because you're actually in the course as well. So this is a great way because outside of everything that's going on, evictions are continue. Courthouse lists are going to continue to be a lead source that you can use no matter what's going on in the economy, in the world. Folks are still going to be filing evictions, right? It's just tried and true. So you want to really learn how to not only pull the information, but how to market to it, what's appropriate, how often, the timing, organization. That's all included in the course.
Yeah, that's going to be very exciting. I can't believe you came out with this landlord list.
Yeah, it's a tedious list to put together, but it's like we just chip away at it. We just work really, really hard because, you may go to your courthouse and see like, oh man, I got to dig through all these files. And we've been doing it for years. So we've mastered like doing it faster and doing it efficiently. But so you'll have the benefit of just learning from our headaches and how we learned and how we systemized. So that you can do it yourself, or if you're in Georgia, we have done other states. We just paused it due to the pandemic and everything that's been going on. But if you're in Georgia, you can just leverage our time, and just order a list from us, and you don't even have to worry about it. So any county in Georgia, as long as the lists are available, we'll go and pull it for you.
That's gonna cut out a lot of time, man. Unless you deal with that stuff and admin and all that. Man, just buy the list. It's gonna make it a lot
That's
easier.
True. That's
just
true.
It's worth it because you don't spend more than that time trying to research it and look it up. And I've been there, done that. Just buy the list, guys, if you can. You're in Georgia. And then eviction. Think about it, y'all. The eviction been put off everywhere, right?
Yep.
So now the courts are opening back up. I think in Fulton County where I got evict this couple. I hate to have to evict them, man. They put down $20,000 on the lease purchase. So, I've been trying to work with them. They're not answering the phone or nothing now. So, that's it's kind of telling me that either they don't have the money or they planning on moving.
Right.
They're in the process. So I'm gonna send one of my guys by their property tomorrow and check on the property.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, just think about it. It's been several months that the courts have been on hold. So now that it's opening back up, it's going to be some floodgates, pre-foreclosures, evictions, and a lot of people, have passed due to this virus and stuff too. So that probate list is going to be valuable also.
Yep.
I always love probate, man.
Yeah, it's a good list.
I love it.
Yeah, it's good because there's so many stories behind these filings. So you never know what you're going to stumble upon. So, with probates, you may have someone that's moving out of the property. You may have a property that's vacant. You may have all kinds of things. And the same thing with the evictions. You really just don't know what the story is. You also could stumble upon landlords, property owners who have other properties. So, it's just about going through these lists and having conversations and figuring out what is going on. But the legal process, the fact that they're going through this legal proceeding is your nudge that, hey, I might need to call this person. This is your lead. This is your opportunity. You're not going to tell them that, but you just kind of keep it under your hat and start having those conversations.
Right. Think about it, guys. You can contact them before they even put the tenant out. Just say that's a 30, 45-day process. You can have them a tenant already ready.
Yeah.
By the time it's time to evict the other person, you can have a tenant already ready. If you're doing a wholesale lease option, you can have your tenant buyer ready.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about taking action. But guys, landlord list, it's so many people that's going to be evicted, guys, because a lot of people didn't do right by their money, and also a lot of people got laid off.
Yep.
So, hey, it's a very, very valuable opportunity. Unfortunately, people, hey, nothing we can really do about it.
Mm-hmm.
I hate people going to be evicted, but I mean, that's the nature of the beast.
Right.
Let me see what we have, D.
Okay.
What's up, guys? Danny, Family First, Sharice, Reginald. Okay, Reginald just turned on. Thank you, Reginald. God bless you, man. What's good, everyone? Okay, so guys, right here, tenantbackgroundcheck.com. This is a good site to go to. This is a site we use to run all the verifications on our tenants, whether we're doing a lease purchase or a rental.
Mm-hmm.
We really don't do too many rentals, but mostly lease purchase. Okay. Got a question from the Bay Area. How you doing, Bay Area? How do I get a list in a different state? Different state, our courts are closed in the Bay Area.
Right. So if your courts are closed, you're going to have to wait until they open up, and then you can learn the process in the meantime. If you join our course, you can just come on over. I could be teaching you that in the meantime. Hopefully your course will be opening up in the next couple of weeks. That's what it's looking like. So I would start learning the processes through the course. Go ahead and just start learning from us, and then we can give you some tips and tricks so that as soon as it opens up, you can take advantage of all those cases that could not be filed previously if y'all are completely shut down. And keep in mind too, don't assume that your courts are closed as well. I'm hearing a lot of that. And so while there may not be a hearing, there may not be proceedings going on where people are in front of a judge or in front of a jury, there are still filings that may be taking place in that particular court. So you really should find out if they're open or not, because a lot of them are still open on a limited basis.
Yeah, check with the court, guys. Definitely call in.
Yeah.
Let's see what we got. Bernard Mack, are the courthouse clerks obligated to give us lists? Can they say no?
Yeah, so that's a good question. So in regard to whether or not the courthouse is obligated to give you a list, so there isn't a list for them to give you. What you're going to have to do is research to create your own list, right? So that's a common misconception. Folks think you walk in there and they just hand you something. That's not how it works. We as law clerks literally have to create it. And then we make it a list so that investors can read it, right? And then as far as access to the information to create the list, they're not necessarily obligated. There are some counties that will not allow you to review the paperwork unless you're not an attorney or working for a law firm with proof, right? So it just depends on the county. We're able to get past a lot of that because everyone's supervised by me. But if you're just an individual going into the courthouse, I think in most scenarios, they'll probably let you back there. But if if they begin to push back, just don't be surprised, because that just means that particular county is a little more particular. They may not be as organized. As I always tell people, every courthouse has a personality. There's some that are nicer than others. There are some that are more organized than others. So you really just got to find out what's going on in your county.
What about like smaller towns? Are you able to are they able to get like the eviction list and probate with your system?
Yeah, if you're in a smaller county, you can certainly learn from us about how to pull the information. The process is going to vary. Like the smaller county may be a little bit difficult, because their files could be in a bucket, in a vault, on a shelf. They might hand them to you one by one. So we'll teach you, in the course. That's something that you could be asking me about. How do I get through those issues? But once you have completed the course and gone through our trainings, you'll be a lot more confident about how to navigate the courthouse, and then you make the decision if you want to do it, send a representative, or just leverage, if you're in one of our coverage areas, leverage our services.
Yeah. These are the super lists, like, honestly. Mm-hmm. Do you provide eviction lists in DC, Maryland, and Virginia?
Yeah, right. We hope to soon. I've certainly been asked about the DMV area. So that's something that we're working on. We have paused out of state list as of today. So I'm not sure when everybody's going to see the video. But as of today, we paused it just due to the pandemic and so many restrictions. So we're solely providing lists for the state of Georgia at the moment. However, you can use our course to learn more about lists and learn how to pull lists. And then we hope to be in other states. We were doing North Carolina, like Charlotte, but we just paused that just for right now until everything is back 100%.
Okay. What are the best way to get leads in this situation, wholesale or terms? What are the best way to get leads in this situation, wholesale or terms? Well, I would say, it's really not a best way. I would say just pick your two or three avenues that you want to go down. Mm-hmm. Especially if it's yourself, I would say just limit it to two lists probably. Because the more lists you buy, you can spread yourself thin, and then you don't get anything done. So I would say zone in on one or two lists, guys. Especially if it's just you're running it by yourself. Because I got a student, Mark Brown. Shout out to Mark, but he's been doing probate about 2 years, and that's all he does. He's doing probably about a good 130,000 a year just off the list. So he do maybe, I don't know how many deals that equates to, but he's doing pretty good. He by himself, all he work is probate for the last 2 years.
That's so fantastic.
Zone in, man, on a one or two list. Don't get out here and get 500 lists, because you're not gonna get anything done. You're gonna get frustrated. Gonna want to quit. All the real estate stuff don't work. No, you don't. You're not working.
Yeah.
You got to zone in and focus on one or two things, guys, so you can get it done. Then when you get some more people, you get you a virtual assistant or something like that. Then add to your list, or you want to add another county or another state. But I don't advise doing all this stuff and it's just you by yourself, because there's only so much you can do before you get burnt out.
Right. It's true. Now,
D, how much is your course going for?
Yeah, so we normally the course is $798 as of right now, but it's 50% off right now. So if you, I'm sure you're gonna have the link listed. So if you actually click the link, you'll be able to get the course on sale, 50% off. So you just click the link and that'll pop up, and we'll know that you saw this video. Yes.
Today?
Yep. No, but it's in your email. Okay. But I'll send it to you again.
Okay.
So you can put it in the comments for everybody.
Okay, thank you. Oh, okay, thank you. Lord T. He said, on my first deal, where did you go? My first deal, man, I put out some bandit signs. That's what bandit signs. They may still be doing pretty good now. I'm not sure. We haven't put out anything in a long time as far as buying properties. Selling properties, we put them up. but we haven't put them up in a while. But my first deal came from a bandit side. And then my second one, which was first one was a subject to. The second deal, which was a wholesale deal, it actually came from a flyer. So we was going around the vacant properties and just putting a flyer on each door. And the lady called me back from the flyer. So like I say, you just never know where the deal is going to come from. You just got to market and go hard, go all in.
That's good.
Got to go all in. But guys, I'm telling you, man, I remember, right? I'll never forget this deal I done. The house was over there, D, off of Moreland Avenue by Little 5 Points.
Mm-hmm.
I hit for 58,000 on that deal, probate deal. 58 grand right before the market crashed, like 2 months. As soon as I sold that house, 2 months later, boom, the market crashed.
Wow.
Thank God I got out of there because I was going to renovate it because the spread was still good. The guy was going to still, after renovating, I was going to still walk away with about a good 140, between 120 and 140. But once that market crashed, I think he had to hold it for a while.
Wow.
But hey, I made 58 grand. I was like, woohoo! I was so glad to get up out from under there, boy.
Yeah.
The bag. I think also, I mean, the way this thing look at D, I think it's going to be crazy for about a good 2 years, maybe longer. Who knows?
Yeah.
With all this stuff going on.
Yes. We have certainly been caught off guard in the last couple of months. I don't think anybody expected so much. So, yeah.
It is mind-boggling.
But that's the thing too, with everything going on, it's like the courthouse is still functioning. You know what I mean? The courthouse is, people are still going to be filing. There's still going to be divorce. There's still going to be evictions, still going to be probates. So, you know, when you feel like your phone isn't ringing, just ask yourself, like, am I using something? Am I thinking about the court processes? Where can I find my niche within that as an investor, to find more deals? You know what I mean? If your traditional approach to marketing isn't working, try to use the courthouse.
Yep. Trying to find out what the creative deals. Did you resend it? You get a chance to resend it yet?
Let me see if I can resend it to you. Yeah.
Oh, I see it. I see it right here. Oh no, that's me. Yeah, guys. So probate. I love probate, eviction. I love evictions. I still can't believe you're the only one I know with eviction list.
Well, good. Yeah, it's a tedious list though. It's not like, let's see. Oh, okay. Yeah, I see what you mean. We've sent so many emails, but okay, I found you, so I'm sending it back to you again. Yeah, it's a really tedious list to put together, to be honest, but we really rely on like what we know about the legal process. We understand the law. Everybody on my team is a law clerk, and so they're used to being in the courthouse. They're used to these processes. So you're really learning from folks that understand the legal process, understand what you're looking for as an investor, and we just put the two together. And so that's how we're able to get through these filings and get these lists together for you guys.
Yeah, they're not easy. To be honest with you, man, let me see. It was a couple of years ago, last time I went to the courthouse to try to do it.
You're gonna be in there. Yeah, it's gonna be
especially if you don't know what you're doing, man. I promise you.
Yeah.
Man, we were down there like a whole day. Then I hired a guy. I hired this guy. He was supposed to. We was trying to train him. I already didn't know what to really do, but then I'm trying to train him. So my son was with me, and we had the guy. We were training him. I asked myself, how long you think he gonna last? He was like, I think he gonna be gone dead after the day. And he was right. He didn't come back.
Clear you out. It is no joke. It's not, because a lot of people think like, oh, they're just going to help me out there. And those folks, that's not what they're there to do every day, So, and it depends on their mood, how much those clerks are going to help you and stuff. So I think you really will benefit from being in the course, having access to me. I can explain things to you legally, we go over courthouse etiquette. I've done like a Q&A session with an investor. So we just like walk through everything for you. So I'm super excited to help more investors. So, cause you got to be working the courthouse. So.
Yeah, you need to know what you're doing because you're gonna be in there wasting a lot of time. And all it takes one deal, guys. Once you do that one deal, you're gonna be okay. You can buy the list for the rest of the year, or if you have a course you out of state, you can train somebody else to do it. I would say learn how to do it yourself first, then pass the baton to somebody else. They got the time to do it, and just pay them a couple of dollars an hour. Your time is best spent, talking to people on the phone and closing some deals out. Pay somebody $8, $9 an hour to put together the list once you get the course. Pay them to do that. But I'm telling you, one probate deal or one landlord deal, it'll pay for itself. It'll pay for itself. And you got to think about it, guys. A lot of people, especially on this landlord list, it's been several months since they received a payment. Several months for some people that haven't received a payment. So the motivation on this eviction list. It's going to be very high. It's going to be very high. Let me see if we got any more questions. That would be
okay.
Mr. T, bandit sign, door hangers, what area? Hood and suburb. Yeah, you can put it anywhere. I would say you can put it in the suburb. Hood, in the hood areas, if you're going to be wholesaling, yeah, but I wouldn't really keep in it. Me personally, I don't like keeping rentals in crazy areas because usually you got to deal with a certain mindset, and but some boy getting that rent money may be a little challenging. Hey, to each his own though. I know some people that have properties in the hood and they're happy. They making money. Some of them are on Section 8, so hey, just get the most important thing out, guys, is to start marketing. But the only thing I don't like about bandit signs, they take them up in 2 or 3 days. So you may spend $500 for about how many bandit signs you get for that? Maybe 200 or 250. So you're marketing for 2 days, and then your marketing comes up. Now, if you're gonna go pick them up and then put them back out every weekend, that'll be a different story. They'll last longer. The time police, we usually take our work after 5 o'clock. So after Friday at 5, it's wide open. You better have them back up Sunday night or early Monday.
Right.
They will be gone. So that's the only thing I don't like about signs, because they don't stay out that long unless you put them out there. Unless you go pick them up.
Right.
They do work. Door hangers work also. Let me see if we got any more questions, D.
Okay.
Will there be a lot of BK filings to stop foreclosures? Probably so.
Right.
Probably so. That usually, I know in Georgia, when they file BK, that typically lasts them about how long they have on their BK? About 2 or 3 months before the bank put it back in the pre-foreclosure. So they're about them about 2 to 3 months, but think about it, they're going to be even further behind on the property.
Yeah.
So you got to make sure the numbers make sense. Got to make sure the numbers make sense. It's marking outlet now. What's the best marketing outlet now? What CRM are you using to automate and delegate? Well, we're using Podio because you can still just put all kind of stuff in the Podio. You can integrate all type of different systems into Podio, your text blast system, all that stuff. So we're still using Podio. I mean, there's so many. I can't just recommend any particular service, because there's so many, guys. It's a new one come out every month. So
right.
just do what works best for you and your team, and learn how to work it, and just work it. Set you some good reminders for your follow-ups, because most of the deals, 80% of the deals come from the follow-up, guys.
Yeah.
And another thing I want to touch also, if you're sending out leads, I mean, if you're marketing and you're getting a lot of calls, but you're not closing on any deals, then you're saying something on the phone that's screwing it up.
Yeah.
You're screwing it up some kind of way. So I would say learn how to negotiate. We're always negotiating. We're always selling ourselves, whether we're selling our spouse an idea, or our boss an idea, or our kids an idea, or suggestion, or something we want done. We're always selling. So learn how to sell.
Yeah.
You're always selling. Learn how to sell. If you're hitting these people, you're marketing the people, and nobody's calling. You're not getting any deals closed. You talk to 40 or 50 people, then it's something you're doing and saying, or something you're not doing and saying. So learn how to sell. Like I say, one of my mentors, Brian Tracy. You can go to YouTube and look him up. What's the guy for Wolf of Wall Street? He got a good system out. Jordan Beckford. I forgot his name. But look on YouTube. What's another good one? It's one of my students, Adam, mentioned. Never Split the Difference, I think.
Oh yeah, that's a good book.
That's a good one. It's on Audible too. I saw it last night. So let me write that down. I'm gonna download that one today. Audible. Never Split the Difference.
Right.
And this from an ex-FBI negotiator. He just teach you guys different tips to get what you want done. So master selling, guys. We got the perfect leads, the perfect list, but it's not going to benefit you if you don't know how to sell, how to buy, how to sell yourself, how to sell your services. So you got to get it work. We got to get it work. We want to become better. We got to put in the work.
Right.
Let's see if we got anything else, D.
Okay.
Jason said, where do you hire people to put out bandit signs? Craigslist. You can run ads on Craigslist for people to put out signs. You'll get so many calls. It's crazy. But you got to make sure. I had a guy act like they was putting out the signs. Man, they didn't put out anything. They probably threw them away somewhere.
Oh no.
Make sure they take a picture. Make sure you give them the route that you want the signs put at, and then you ride that route before you pay them, and make sure them signs are out. Because man, I'm telling you, they'll get you. Some of these people will get you. See, REI Pro. Are you still using REI Pro, or do you use PropStream? We use PropStream. REI Pro, we haven't used them in a while. Like I said, guys, there's so many lists. It's crazy. But try to get ones that a lot of people are not targeting, especially like this eviction list. This is the only one I know that have this list. So the more people that have the list, the shorter your closing ratio is going to be. The less people hitting the list, the better. So I know this eviction is going to be a gold mine. And learn how to do it, guys. I'm telling you, you're going to really bless yourself. Especially if you're a transaction engineer, you know how to do multiple strategies. You'll definitely win off these lists, guys. Did you send the link, D?
Yes, I just forwarded that back to you.
Any questions, guys? Put them in the link. Put them in the link, and guys, go ahead and crush it. It's going to be a crazy opportunity. There's a lot of opportunities right now, and it's only going to get better for those of us who are ready to take action. Like I didn't even think I was going to have I knew it was going to come because it repeats itself, but I didn't think this foreclosures and all this stuff was going to happen so fast.
Right.
I didn't think it was going to crank back up. Let me see. It's been about 12 years. Well, it crashed at the end of 07. Yeah, so probably about 12, 13 years. Well, that's about a normal cycle. It's usually between 10 and 20 years or something happen every single But one thing I love about real estate, when it crashes slowly. So the market declines slowly. It is not like the stock market. Boom, you wake up in the morning. Today you got 100,000. You wake up tomorrow, you got 0. So this is going to slowly decline. Then it's going to slowly go back up. And so a lot of money is made on the decline, guys, when it's turned into a buyer's market. A buyer's market. And a lot of investors run out of the business when it's the time that really come up. But guys, don't be one of those people. I mean, when I started and when it crashed, I probably only knew about I'd say 100 investors, probably 1 or 2 that stuck around. People retired when they got jobs and all that type of stuff. Don't be one of them to miss out on some great opportunities. We got paid really good during those times. Really good. Click on the link, guys, that's in the chat if you want to get this probate and learn how to do the probate and evictions, because these are 2 of the best lead sources, I promise you.
For sure.
And you don't have to be in Georgia you don't have to be in Georgia to do Georgia deals. I mean, it's virtual now. You need boots on the ground. You got boots on the ground. You can close the deals.
Yeah. It just comes into doing the marketing. And by the time you're done with the course, you'll have everything that you need. It comes with the marketing binder. So if you need letters and you need, script, whatever you need, it's pretty much inside of the course. And then again, the cool thing is that you'll still have access to me too. So if you have legal questions, or sometimes folks just need to ask questions about probate because it's not something that people just get overnight, you'll have me available to answer those questions. You get support, email support, you get the legal dictionary, you get all of that stuff included. And then you guys get to enjoy it for half off if you're ordering right now. So just use Mr. Transactioneer's link, go right to the website, you'll see the discounted price, and you can get started on the course today.
All right, guys. Anything before we get out of here? Any last question, guys?
But I thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, D.
Yes.
Guys, go out there and take action. I'm telling you, this is the best time, guys. Best time. Don't miss out on this opportunity. It's going to be a long time before it comes back.
Right.
If you got the right tools in the toolbox, you'll thank me in the future. I'm telling you. God bless you. Thank you, D.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me on. I truly enjoyed it. If anybody wants to reach out to me for anything, you certainly can follow me on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. Everything is Law Clerk on Demand. And our website information has already been listed in the comments going across the screen. We're Law Clerk on Demand on everything. So I look forward to connecting with everybody. Send me a DM or something and let me know you saw the video and what you thought.
Thank you, guys. God bless you guys. And go out and take massive action. See you on the next one.
All righty.